Hey guys, how's it going? So I've been really in my head lately. Just the voice in my head has been really loud. My thoughts have been really loud, and I feel like I haven't been able to have a whole lot of peace in my mind. And I know it's because I haven't been doing yoga and I haven't been working out. Um, but I just have been designating my time to other things. Um, but I do need to work out because it definitely helps. I go for walks all the time, so it's not like I'm lacking exercise. I walk Sebastian every day. But anyway, went to the park this morning. My dad texted me wanting me to go on vacation when I already told my mom yesterday that I wasn't going to go. So I don't know why. It's weird. I'll tell my mom something and then my dad will ask about it the following day. It's like, didn't you talk to mom about this? Don't you know? But anyways, I told her yesterday I wasn't going to be able to go on vacation with them camping. And then he texted me today, oh, I sure hope you can come camping with us. And I was like, well, we're not really set up to go camping. And so I don't think, we're not going to go. And then he goes, oh, well, we have everything you would need camping wise, FYI. And I kind of felt like he was kind of pressuring me to go. But then I started to feel this responsibility to go see them and to make up for it. But it's it's frustrating for me because it's my dad plans I'm not a priority in my parents' life at all. Seeing me is not a priority. They just expect me to show up and see them and come visit them. They just expect it. They don't invite me on their vacations or anything like that unless it's after the fact, after they've already planned it, picked the dates and everything. Then they'll say, hey, do you want to come along? And I want the love from my parents so badly that I feel like I'm constantly oh, well, we can't go this time, but we'll drive up and see you, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not doing that this time. One, they're not going to be around. They're going to Hawaii in August and we have plans. But anyway, that's a long story. But I felt kind of pressure regarding that this morning. I'm still really kind of upset. Not really kind of, but still super upset about what happened yesterday. People are rioting. It's horrible. But I've been telling you guys that I'm going to tell you about more stories and stuff. And one of the things that I've been wanting to share with you guys, it's not really, it's not a manic story. But it's a flashback that I have often that really bothers me, and it's probably one of the most disturbing memories of my childhood. And it was right before my parents were getting divorced. So mind you, my parents got divorced when I was 13 or 14, and we had already been latchkey kids for a few years. I had always been responsible for looking after my brothers. And one day, I think my parents were fighting and my dad was took me and my brothers and just dropped us off in a shopping center and we're go buy your mom a Mother's Day gift. And once again, I was supposed to lead the charge, right? I was the oldest, so I had to watch after them. And they're wanting to go into a baseball card store or something to get her baseballs, or they want to go whatever, do this stuff. And I'm trying to tell them, no, we're supposed to be here to get, a Mother's Day gift, a gift for mom, for our biological mother. And they're going back and forth, and I got so mad that I turned around, and I had to have been 11 or 12 at the time. It's pretty young. But I returned, but my brother said something to me and I was like, we're here shopping for mom, damn it. And I just I exploded and I punched my brother in the stomach, my younger brother. And my younger brother is a year and a half younger than me, right? And I never really saw him cry, ever. not even when like my parents would yell at him and stuff, he never really, and he like, his eyes started to swell up with tears, and I was just like, it's like one of the most devastating memories I have, because like, here's my little brother crying, and I'm the one who's responsible for it. Like, he never cries, and like I punched, and why did I do that? Why did I lose my shit and punch him in the stomach? There was no reason for that. And I wasn't diagnosed with bipolar disorder until very late in life, but it doesn't mean that it's not something that I had my whole life. I don't know if the anger that I felt in that moment and the frustration had anything to do with my illness or not. It probably did, because when you don't have a mental illness, you can control your emotions a lot better. So I was probably feeling really depressed and really stressed out, and you know, being forced to be the adult and the parent in the situation when I was a child. And yeah, I physically assaulted my brother. I punched him like really hard, like right in the gut. And yeah, it's a horrible memory, horrible. But the one thing I wanted to kind of like discuss today a little bit was that when I looked on Reddit earlier today, and somebody posted something about how they were saying one of the worst things about being bipolar is that nobody talks about is that they were saying they don't know who they are. And I have felt this way numerous times, and I'm sure most people who are bipolar have felt this way. But when you have these constant episodes where you're high one minute and you're low the next, or you're suicidal, or like me, psychotic, you know, when I've had my severe episodes, it's very hard to love yourself and to even know who you are and pinpoint one person, because you have so many different emotions and feelings, and it's not like multiple personalities, but it's a completely different personality when I'm psychotic, you know. I'm somewhere in there, but I'm so confused in my brain that I'm not behaving in any way, shape, or form that's normal. So I completely related to that, and yeah, I thought about that today. I don't really have a whole lot to say about that other than I can super relate. I'm sure you guys can too. It's when you've done some really horrible, mean things, it's really hard not to define yourself by those things, or when you feel like a failure because you can't hold down a job because you're bipolar, and you know that if you can go to work, you just don't know how long it's going to last. You know, there are people who can't handle stressful situations. They're fearful of their bosses, their employers. They've had traumatic experiences. I saw a lot of people on this thread today with their life completely being altered or hindered by their mental illness. And it has done that to me my entire life. It's hindered my life and where I end up in life. And all I can do is keep moving forward. But I'm sure it's definitely something that all of us feel. But yeah, that's all I got today. I will see you guys tomorrow. It was beautiful. We went to the beach tonight. But yeah, that's my cue to let my cat in and leave. Bye. Have a good night. See ya.